Oh man, pizza's so good. I feel like a raptor. Raptors are badass, man. They'll eat you alive. Raptors! Okay. This video is not about raptors, thank God. This is a DigiFan requested video. This one is called Baby Bear 2 France Nickelodeon Magazine.
Hello everybody, Baby Bear 2 here.
Hi.
This is going to be a rant on Nickelodeon Magazine and one reason why it's discontinued. It was discontinued starting about this month. First of all, I want to go ahead and thank Beware the Dex who gave me the news. He told me to go over to the Wikipedia page of Nickelodeon Magazine's Wikipedia page and to explain exactly why they have discontinued. One reason they have discontinued, here's the story if a lot of you are not familiar with it. On June 3rd, 2009, the magazine group division of Nickelodeon announced the discontinuation of the magazine by the end of 2009, along with sister publication Nick Jr. Magazine due to economic conditions and the declining influence of magazines for children and teenagers. During the months leading up to the magazine's demise, the magazine suffered from falling circulation and advertising numbers. Now, for one, that does not surprise me, considering the time that we're in right now. Really considering that a lot of us dealing with we just have problems with money now.
Amen to that, brother.
Viacom's one of them. For those of you who are not familiar with the history of Nickelodeon Magazine, the magazine started in 1990 as a cover price of $1.95, but also had free distribution with purchase from participating Pizza Hut restaurants. The first version of the magazine only saw 2 issues of release. So only 2 issues were ever made of the very first publication of Nickelodeon Magazine, and unfortunately, I used to have one of those 2 issues. Unfortunately, I had to end up selling it. But
why?
If any of you actually have one of those publications, I would love to hear about that. So let me know. It returned to production in summer 1993. Originally published on a quarterly basis, it switched to bi-monthly with the February-March 1994 issue. Then it went to 10 times per year, starting March 1995, and then it was continued a monthly schedule up to the magazine's closure in June of 2009.
This is very informative.
As of November 2008, Nickelodeon Magazine has 151 published issues. In spite of related to the network its name master, Nickelodeon Magazine covered all sorts of topics for kids, whether it's inside the network or outside. It contained informative non-fiction pieces, humor, interviews, comics, pranks, and recipes, such as green slime cake or pranks containing slime. Which, by the way, I have tried, which actually isn't bad.
Sure, like we want to eat green slime in cake form.
The magazine's mascot was Zelda Van Gutters, with a Lakeland Terrier dog, who appeared through the magazine with sarcastic commentary about the contents of each page. On the table of comments, Zelda usually showed up to introduce herself in the magazine's roving reporter. She was also starred in the magazine's regular photo comic strip, Roughing It. So, a few things that were really interesting, especially to us 90s kids. Every issue of Nickelodeon Magazine, but the later issues actually sucked. The earlier issues, the one that we all remember, had a section called the comic book.
Oh, that was
cool. The insert featured regular comic strips from underground artists, which was a great way to get them recognized, by the way. The original editor section was Andy Bernstein.
Andy Bernstein.
I think that's what her name is. Comics director was Chris Duffy, who was joined by Dave Rodman a few years later.
If you guys look in the background, you can see windows of his house, and it looks pretty cool.
Seen but Not Heard by Sam Henderson. Southern Fried Fugitives by Simon and Kim Dietsch. Sam Hale and Reg 9 by Mark Martin. And no, it's not the Mark Martin you're thinking of. Underpants on His Head Man by Michael Cooperman. Patty Cake by Scott Roberts. Fiona of the Felines by Terry Laban. Impy and the Worker by James Kalaka. Cody by Bobby London. Grandpa and Julie Shark Hunters by Jeff Kaziz is his name. And then there was just various other ones like Teeny Weeny, the tiniest hot dog in the world, Kamarois, the gag station. In addition, Nickelodeon Magazine's comic book also featured comics from characters of Nickelodeon's network programming at the time. Some of the cartoons that were in it, Unreal Monsters, Hey Arnold, Angry Beavers, Cat Dog, Cat Scratch, Kablam, Oh Yeah Cartoons, Rugrats, The Wild Thornberrys, SpongeBob, Invader Zim, Rocket Power, Jimmy Neutron, As Told by Ginger, Fairly Odd Parents, Shock Zone, All Grown Up, My Life as a Teenage Robot, Danny Phantom, and Avatar.
This man knows his stuff.
And then there was a section called Nickelodeon Magazine Presents, which was a series of one-shot special issues put out. And each issue tied in with comics. Nickelodeon comics mainly contained comics, either newly made stories or two-page shorts reprinted from Nick Magazine, but also features articles, puzzles, and poster inserts. So, anyway, you could probably hear from me reading the Wikipedia article on Nickelodeon Magazine that it was just an awesome magazine. It was a magazine designed for kids. I mean, like you had the network that was designed for kids. It was the magazine that was designed for kids. And I mean, if you look at classic Nickelodeon's tube profile, you'll see a commercial from it. Same with Arm Moorhead or whatever his name is. They just have excellent Nickelodeon magazine commercials from back in the day, and it really makes you like, oh, I gotta go ahead and call and get it. But unfortunately, they ceased production in June, and at least we'll still have our memories from the old Nick magazine and how great it was. So, I'd love to hear your video responses on this. I would also love to hear your comments on it. Please send this to everybody you know. Please rate 5 stars if you can. I want to go ahead and thank everybody for just listening to this. It's very sad, not only for me, but probably for a lot of you as well, to hear about Nick Magazine's cancellation. I want to go ahead and thank you guys so much once again for listening to my rant, and Baby Barrow 2 out.
I gotta give it up to DigiFan. He always keeps me informed on what's going on. Because a lot of the requests that he sends in are like news reports and all that stuff. What's going on in the world. We gotta keep our mind open on these things because we never know what's gonna happen. I'm not surprised that it happened because, well, of course, the time we live in, and of course, the shitty programming that's on Nickelodeon right now. I mean, if we want that kind of shows, we could just watch the end. Thank you very much. Alright, so until we meet again for another Kyle's Critique, I'm Kyle, and you are whoever you are. Hi, whoever you are. And whoever you are, just type who you are in the comments page or whatever. And, just see you guys next time. Bye.